Good morning, everybody. This is Michael Wilson Everard checking in for my daily video. Let's see, what do we want to talk about today? Well, I would like to talk about the concept of free will and what it means. And I believe I may have touched on a little bit about this, but what I've come to understand is that free will is the gift. I do have friends that are of the mindset that everything is pre-planned, everything is predestined, and everything is already written in stone, and therefore um, we are just here to let it unfold. Well, what I believe is the case is that um, there is lots of things going on at the same time. So there's something called determinism. Determinism is the concept of everything being preordained, pre-planned, already written out, and therefore you are absolved of any choices. Um, you are resolved of any responsibility, really. I, I can understand why people might gravitate towards that concept. It gives them a sense of relief, but it's just simply not the reality, is it? God gave us free will, and I believe we have free will to do anything we choose. So, at our inception of our consciousness, we are given the opportunity to do one of an infinite array of things with our life. And that includes planning everything out ahead of time, mapping it out so that we don't suffer and that we only experience joy, pleasure, uh, these sorts of things. Um, and that is the reality for some people, and it's beautiful, and people like that are usually very positive. They're very energetic, happy. I'm friends with a few of those people, and I love having them be a part of my life. Now, the other option that I'm going to propose is the concept of um, pre-planning, we'll say um, the destiny, but without the knowledge of how it unfolds. This is how I created my life, and um, that may seem like a bold statement, but I believe that whatever you're inspired to think, you are um, able to remember your reality and your truth. So, when you are compelled to do something, you're going to do it one way or another at some point in time. So, we are given the opportunity to experience life via the linear time idea so that we can have enough friction to experience that thing, whatever it is. So, right now, you are somewhere in the space time continuum. Um, that somewhere or that sometime is right here, right now. So, everybody is experiencing their own 0 point, and they have been the whole time. It's just a matter of what you're aware of and what you are unaware of. So, the reality of the concept of dimensions, whether it be the first dimension. Hey, how's it going?
Greatest day of my life ever.
Awesome. Me too. Absolutely.
Yesterday I thought you said something, but I wasn't sure.
Probably something similar to the some something similar to the same thing that we talk about on a daily basis.
Right though. This is a beautiful day.
It's perfect.
Beautiful day. Beautiful day.
I'm sorry.
It's a perfect day. I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, is it not?
It is. It totally is. We're about to start school. It's the first day of school for the kids. We're about to do these things online.
Yep.
Gonna make it work.
Might as well. Why not?
Have a great day on purpose, with purpose, and I will catch you later.
All right. Love you.
Love
Talk to you
you.
later.
I love you. Come on, friend.
So that is one of my lovely neighbors, and we start our day by saying hello, and then we acknowledge that we're having the greatest day of our life, which is the truth. And whether you believe it or not, it is the best day of your life, because it is only a continuation of your present moment, which is the eternal now. I call it the true now. And that's the gift, is that you only ever really have the present moment. The present moment is when you are directly connected to God. And that is the blessing. We take on our experiences in different ways. Um, I choose to um, only know the destination, which is there is no destination. There is a return to the one at some point in time, but that's only when I want to know everything. Um, some people choose to seek knowledge, and that's beautiful. We call those people scientists. They are mathematicians. They are physicists. They are biologists. They are archaeologists, um, psychologists, um, astronomers. Uh, all fields of study are quite beautiful and pure, and they allow us to quantify things and classify things in a way that helps us understand the universe. So when we know something, we like to share it. So that's what I'm doing today, is I'm just continuing a conversation that everybody has had from the moment they woke up into the world and had their first moment of awareness. My first moment of awareness was getting poked in my left eye with a toy gun by my twin brother Patrick. We were 3, and I remember it vividly. I also know that I didn't experience any pain. So how can that be? Well, that was part of the plan for me. My parents freaked out, and I couldn't understand why they were just so like, oh my gosh. Uh, my dad picked me up, carried me to his room, and laid me down on his bed. And I remember seeing his purple shirt. So my first color that I became aware of was the color purple, and that's why it's my favorite color. And I remember uh, driving to the hospital, looking out the window of the car, and then the next thing I remember, I'm going under, smelling the anesthesia, and feeling high and loving that feeling. So, yeah, no big surprise that I became an addict. Also, my biological parents were both addicts, and there you go. So, yeah, we call it the disease of addiction, and it's really not a disease; it's a blessing in disguise, and part of the experience, part of the illusion, as it were. So, So what now? What's my point? Well, the point is simply this. We're blessed with a true now at this moment in time. Right now, you're focusing on two things. You're focusing on what you see and what you hear. We can take our five senses a step further. We can realize upon those first two obvious things of seeing and listening, and then we smell, we taste, and we touch. So, what do we do next? Well, we ask ourselves a question. How do we feel? Well, if you're answering honestly, you feel beautiful, peaceful, you feel great. Just admit it. It's totally fine. Okay? Now, if you choose to think about the past, you will, more likely than not, recall a thought form, an image, a memory, which is a data imprint, where you might have some regret, shame, whatever. You may also be living in the future of doubt, worry, and fear. Okay? Again, all of these things are natural and part of the human experience. So, whenever you feel any friction, whether it's past thought forms of shame or future thought forms or images of fear, become present. Wherever you are, see whatever you see, hear the sounds, smell the aroma, taste whatever you're tasting, touch whatever you're touching, and simply accept the truth of all of it and just feel great. It's that simple. So, where does that leave us? Well, it leaves us with a continuing conversation with God, because in the present moment, you're directly connected to your soul, which is part of God, and it's the direct link, the Holy Communion, which is a communique or a communication and a continuing of the conversation that you're having and have had the whole time. So the aha moment merges with the om, om, namaste, and there you go. Thanks for listening. Feel free to leave comments if you're on my YouTube channel, Everard Music. Visit my Instagram for very beautiful images of light forms in the two-dimensional realm, made to simulate the 3/4 time of dimensions, and have fun in the 0th dimension of the omniverse, which is all that you've ever really had, and you're existing in the infinite now called the eververse, and you're seeing and hearing and feeling the reality of the universe. That's it. I don't know, but I'm having the time of my life, and so can you. I love you. I need you. And I would love to carry on the conversation anytime, anywhere. Tune in. You'll find out the truth.